The premier business media brand company in connecting Central Virginia. It's home to Mike King Biz Radio, producer of On the Mic with Mike RVA, which airs on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM and worldwide on IBGR.network. Follow Mike King Biz for the best business-ish content in RVA, the master connector, and connections equal currency. Mike King Biz.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. On the mic is Mike, coming to you from high above Henrico in the Mike King Biz Call Federal Credit Union Icon Commercial Real Estate Media Center, coming to you Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Saturday, 6 a.m. in the East on ESPN Richmond. Got the one and only Dr. Wilkins in the building.
What's going on, man?
It is always good when I meet dynamic young folks out there doing some great things.
Yes, sir.
You got a story.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, and you're in Richmond now, but you're from New York, and when people say New York, they're thinking New York City.
Yeah, that's what they first think.
That's what they think. But you were out on Long Island.
Yeah, on the
a lot of people know Long Island. I've been to Long Island. You are way out.
Way out east.
Way out eastern. So then you come to my hometown. Shout out to Philly.
Shout out Christopher Ray, Philly.
That's right. All right. So doing dynamic things. And you come to Richmond now, and you really are making a name here, doing things for the good of the people. Tell people who are and what you do.
Absolutely. So glad to be here. I am Dr. Travis Watkins, and yes, Richmond has been my home now for 20 years. Started out at the good old Virginia Union University, class of 2011, and then.
Yeah, so where'd you go to Union to study?
Absolutely. So my bachelor's is in religious studies, and my master's from the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology is in Masters of Theology, and then I have a doctorate in biblical, an earned doctorate in biblical.
Not one that's bestowed.
Yeah, no. And shout out to those who got them, but earned 300 pages of a written dissertation. I got that from North Carolina Theological Seminary, so I have a doctorate of ministry with a concentration, in biblical counseling.
Okay.
So yeah, but a lot of student loans. But yeah, so been rocking with Richmond for almost 20 years. Have had some amazing dynamic relationships with some amazing people in the city. I am an educator by profession. I work newly teacher at Fairfield Middle School, but I worked at Martin Luther King Middle School. Shout out to Mrs. Dabney for almost 10 years. Worked at Huguenot High School. I worked at Virginia Union as a residential hall director and academic advisor. And so, yeah, Richmond, Virginia became my home when my mother of a single parent household dropped me off after graduating. And this has been my training ground. Highs, lows, ups, downs, mistakes. I got here when I was 17. Now I'll be 38 in October. So a lot of life that I've learned. And so always had a passion for young people, for education, mentorship. One of my hardest things to navigate through was one of my godsons about 4 or 5 years ago. James Moorhead was murdered in the city of Richmond. And so advocacy for young adults and youth led me up to now being the president and founder of an organization called the Bridge Household. So that's who I am. That's what I do. And we service youth and young adults who are either navigating through housing instability, insecurity, the child welfare system, and or juvenile detention spaces. So seeking to establish and execute a vision where I can help impact the next generation.
One of the things is, so somewhere along the line, you used to see the person, whether it was over at Union or growing up, that person was that guy. People knew that guy.
Yeah.
Now when you walk in a room, you're that guy.
Yes, sir.
What does it feel like now to know that the things that you saw in front of us, now people are seeing you? And now I think people are a lot more skeptical now than back in the day. You got to be authentic. You got the street cred because you're not just rolling out credentials.
Yeah.
You got the street cred to go along with it so that people can see you can be a doctor does look like this. And especially a doctor, you're in, the ministry, but also understand how to navigate the world of the streets.
Absolutely. I think that stems from just humility and understanding that at the end of the day, I work with a population of students who respectfully could care less about Dr. Wilkins. It's a matter of being Travis. It's a matter of some days being Unc. It's a matter of sometimes being Pops. I've been it all to whoever I need to be in the environments that I've been in. So when you work in environments with inner city youth, first generation students, I come from a single parent household. I was born in Florida in the projects, and then I lived in Long Island, New York. So I've seen the best of both worlds, if you will. And young people know I will come where you are. So whether that's throwing on J's or whether that's throwing on some Stacey Adams.
Because you in here with the hard bottoms on now.
Yeah, I got the hard bottoms on.
You in here with the church shoes.
Yeah, the church shoes now. But I can switch and put the Nikes on. I can switch and put the J's on. I can meet you where you are. I tell people I'm a mixture of Steve Urkel and Stefan. So you get it right. Yeah. Because you have to be able to navigate in those rooms as well. Yeah. So you're there, you have to navigate with the people. So you're having an event that's coming up. Yes. And you got a big donation. Yes. But the Travis who is there with the donation people isn't necessarily Travis who is over here helping where those donations go to. Absolutely. They're different populations. Absolutely. Touch on the ability, because somebody may say, so a friend of mine, Don Treese Brown, he talks about that. He says, people talk about code switching. Yeah. He says, okay, this is what it is. I went to Florida. We went to Miami with my best friend for his bachelor party. That is a fact. What I told my mom about that is totally different than what I told my friends. Yeah. Like the story, we went there, we did go out, but with my mom, it's like, hey, Mom, we went out, we had nice dinners, we did this, we did that, which is all true. Yeah. But my boys are, yo, this is what we did. So it's not code switching. It's all about talking to the audience and being authentic to those people so that they can help you get to where you need to be to ultimately help the young folks. Absolutely. So, and I think that that's the thing. Anybody who knows Travis Wilkins at my core in all spaces, I am goofy, I am comical, I am extroverted, I am hyperactive, and that even shows up in those professional spaces where the Bridge household has been intentional about building partnerships and establishing. I have an amazing, amazing vice president of compliance and coordination, Dr. Nikita Garris Watson, and the Words of Deliverance Worldwide Ministry family, where I happen to serve. And so partnerships. So yes, August 22nd from 11 to 2 at the Richmond Public Library, we're having a Bridging Opportunities Resource Fair. And one of my partners is Target. I know, don't chop my head off. I tell folks all the time, I was not one of the ones that boycotted a partnership. I believe in the power of partnership. I think that, yes, people have to make the necessary adjustments, and I think that they have. But partnership from the perspective that Target has donated 120 gift baskets, college bound, school bound, and life ready baskets. And we have partners such as an amazing director of the teen program for YMCA. We have Minister Erica Dunn, who is the visionary and founder of Children of the Promise, setting up a table. Capital Area Health Network is going to set up a table. Virginia Union will be on site for that college and career readiness. And Crystal Ray Richmond will be there for students who want to be in an environment academic space. And we're looking for other people who want to partner with the vision. The Metropolitan Business League, they'll be there. And so there are many people who are starting to learn the vision of the Bridge household, who either want to partner, invest, who believe in it. And that's what we need, because everything Dr. Wilkins does right now comes out of my pocket. Yes. So yes, partnership. I want to open up an independent living home. So I need partners. I need individuals who may be private renters, who may say, hey, we'll flip this home and we'll be the private renter so you can open it, or we want to invest, we want to sell. So yeah, that's August 22nd from 11 to 2. Definitely a lot of resources. The baskets also, Embrace their treatment foster care. They are a partner. So we have a lot of people who are starting to partner with us and believe in the vision, and the more the merrier. So you come to Union, when did you realize that this place changed me? That's a great question. I would have to say, honestly, it's twofold. The first moment is when my mother dropped me off and I had to now build relationship with individuals that were on that campus. So my first work study job was in the admissions office. And then I work in college and career work. But one of the most fun defining moments probably was the ninth hour, where I was in my fourth year. And literally the day before graduation, there was a mix up with some of the credits. And it was like, oh, there's a mix up with your credits. We don't know if you're graduating tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, what? And here's the thing. My tribe showed up. Dr. Naomi Franklin, Reverend Angelo Chapman, Dr. Nikita Garris Watson, my mother, my friends on campus, Tyrone Parker, my best friend of 20 years, and others, Tamara Bailey, and my tribe showed up, Travis Boyd, many other people, a whole tribe, Pastor Larry Miles, all kind of people, Omega Wilson, and shout out to Dr. Omega Wilson. She was the one that would pick us up my freshman year and take us to church and then feed us after as freshmen on campus. So my tribe, she does, and my tribe showed up and we got it done. And I did all the work, but I graduated the next day. So that let me know that Virginia Union was a space where family will show up, where people will navigate through, because I also went through a small bout of homelessness during my master's program where I had to take a semester off and go back to New York because the financial aid just wasn't there. So that's why the heart of helping young people find a place to lay their head and navigate and matriculate through their academics or have a meal or make sure that they have the proper resources is who I am at my core. So that defining moment was when I know Richmond and Virginia Union had played a large portion in my transformation.
One of the things that we talk about is leaving school.
Yes.
It's a lot of times people leave and never make it back.
Absolutely.
Because it is the disease of making money.
Yeah, very much so.
Because you're starting to, when you're in college, I know that you're like, okay, I'm doing this for down the road. But now down the road, I start making money because I had to leave. Just like I tell people, I don't care what you have to do. You got to stay on campus because finding that we're back, you really wanted to do it because when you leave to come back, it really has to be in you to want to do it. Touch on like the younger kids over here at Fairfield Middle. When they're there and they're talking to you, some of them don't understand, what it's going to take for them. We lived at Penn State for years. I saw a lot of white students who were just regular students. They come out of the country, out of the mountains and those places. And then I see black students who were the best of the best. Sometimes they don't make it to college because there are those barriers there. Touch on where we are with kids and having them understand the power of education.
Absolutely. I think that one of the things that we are really, a point that we have reached is the point of understanding that there are multiple ways to success. Whether that's through the trades, whether that's through the Army, whether that's through the 4-year, the 2-year track. One of the things that I do want to instill into young people is every track is not having to be the same. Every track does not have to be the same. Your track is not my track, but the reality is you have to be on some kind of track. So if anything, my desire for young people is to understand, identify a track. Figure out what you want to do. Identify what your passion is, whether that's athleticism, whether, being a student athlete, whether that is music. We have a whole lot of young people who want to rap now, whether you want to be a content creator, whether you want to be a business owner. So one thing I instill into my students is not trying is not an option.
There you go. Dr. Wilkins,
yes.
Could you let the person in for me?
Absolutely.
Dr. Wilkins is here with us. Okay, here, come on in. So for folks who follow On the Mic with Mike, they know that I got some new dates. Mm-hmm. In the past, I'm trying to be a better person, like, as they say in church, I'd be remiss if I didn't. I always like to say that I'd be like, I'd be a pastor. Just for that line. I'd be remiss if I didn't remind people that I would just get up in the middle of an interview and go let somebody in.
Hey, yes,
but now trying to be better these days, because when you move it's like when you move to somewhere new, you try and.
You try.
But what did Mike Tyson say? Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face.
Yeah, so you got to.
And all of a sudden, I slide right back into the old Mike.
Stick with what you know.
Exactly.
Answer the door.
Answer the
you
door.
can edit it
See,
later.
for people like Dr. Wilkins here, he don't even come in the front door, because only people coming to the front door, people don't know us.
Yeah, that's it.
They know the door to come into. All right, so you got an event coming up. How can people get involved? How can people help?
Absolutely. So, of course, if you want to invest in the Bridge household, if you want to send a monetary donation, if you want to give us supplies, if you want to just come and be a part, of course, you can email us at info@thebridgehousehold.net. Visit our website, www.bridgehousehold.org. I believe it is. Let me double check. I want to make sure I tell you
That's
the
right.
right
We
thing.
don't want to be giving up erroneous information.
I don't want to give you the wrong information.
I've been known.
Yeah, so it's thebridgehousehold.net, www.thebridgehousehold.net, or you can follow us on Instagram at The Bridge Household, all one word. So it's The Bridge Household on Instagram, www.bridgehousehold.net, or info@thebridgehousehold.org. Let me make sure I'm telling you that right as
ladies
well.
and gentlemen, we don't want. See, we have a friend who came in the room. They were going to a party today.
Okay.
But they thought the party was yesterday.
Okay. So we got so yes, it's info@thebridgehousehold.net or www.thebridgehousehold.net or The Bridge Household on Instagram. I need sponsors. I need people who say, well, I'll be a monthly contributor, or hey, I know somebody that knows somebody. So
I know somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, so connect me. And we're authentic. This is me. There is no filter. I believe in the vision. We are an established 501c3, and we are duly incorporated because it is a tri-state vision where we'll be doing work in Philly, Virginia, and then North Carolina.
And you said you are a combination of Stefan and Steve Urkel.
Yes, Stefan and Steve Urkel. My students in the back, a couple of years ago, my students used to call me Oscar Proud. And so I tell folks all the time, It depends on which side you want to get. So I could be Stefan, the sophisticated brother. I can be Steve Urkel, the nerd. But at the end of the day, my authentic self, I am Travis Watkins.
Sir, I was a nerd before being a nerd was cool.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I was tall. I played basketball. I wasn't good. Shout out to Coach Johnson. I actually, here's the thing. That's why I say, then I'm going to let y'all go. The nerd versus the
Well, hold on a second. When a preacher tells you, I'm going to let y'all go.
I'm only going to do one close. I promise you. But no, I played basketball. I was not good. I played because my friends played, but I found my niche. That's why I say the nerd and the Stefan. My niche was I became the bookkeeper, and that was one of the best switches in the world. So, because I tell folks all the time, your key players want to know what they scored in the game. You got to ask your bookkeeper. So it gave me a reason to wear suits to school. So I was the Steve Urkel of the school.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you close. But before I let you go,
yes, sir.
How did you part with the foster care and folks aging out? Because a lot of times I've had people on a lot of times, and they had help in foster care, and then the door opens up. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
And where do they go? They're not equipped. So
Absolutely.
How did that part
that
come
came
to
from
play?
my love for, I've been a program director of a group home before. And as a program director and somebody who has also worked with youth in various capacities who sometimes don't have nowhere to go, but particularly in the foster care system, that part came with the vision of the residential side, because when you age out, you still may need that structured support in a home-like environment where you're still being given resources. So when we open our residential side, which hopefully sooner than later, youth that are aging out of foster care will have the opportunity to come into a environment that literally feels like home, where resources will be provided, such as learning how to cook, learning how to budget, helping them with job readiness, college and career, connecting them with landlords and teaching them how to talk to a landlord and then conduct themselves when they do live on their own, so that they're not just getting their apartment and throwing parties and getting kicked out. So the residential side comes because I don't want someone to reach a point where they age out and they don't have support. So that's why we say, hey, we need some private renters that will say, hey, we believe in the vision. We're opening it because I don't want you to be 18 and 19, because the vision of the Bridge Household, we service ages 14 to 24. And that 18 to 24 range, we want to be able to work with them with their adult skills so they can eventually really live on their own. So it's a multi-vision, and we're ready to do great things.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the good pastor right here, Dr. Wilkins. Shouts our good man, Pastor Larry Miles.
Shout out to Dr. Key, Dr. Bishop.
And all the folks out there who's really doing some amazing things.
And shout out to you. I thank you.
Thank you. Okay, before I let you go, I'm not
now. See, you realize this is your fourth close.
I understand.
I had to shout you out because I wouldn't be here unless I had met you at that amazing event, and you paved the way for me to be here.
But you had to be on me.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
you had to be on me because people who know me know. As soon as I saw you that next time, I'm like, what'd I say?
Yeah,
I owe you something.
Yeah, so consistency.
And I couldn't find you because I'm like, where did he send me this message?
Yeah, it's in your inbox. And then you inboxed me and then you told me to show up. But I think that's the power of consistency, power of connection, and the power of collaboration. You show up. And so I met you at an event. I met you at a networking event. You know, that's why I tell people your vision has to be ready and prepared. Because when people tell you to show up, you got to be willing to show up. You inboxed and you told me to show up at a certain time. And I had to show up because the vision is actually ready.
Because you never know. Like I said, you're changing somebody's life. For you, it's a regular Thursday.
Yeah, regular.
But now to them, you said or did something. So Pastor Wilkins is here.
Yes,
thank you. So when he walks in, this is his walk-up music.
Like me.
Yep.
That's my crime. Going up on the back road.